¿Qué ondas, primos?
Primas.
Y primes.
Welcome to
My Primos.
My Primos.
My
Primo
Podcast. Welcome to the My Primos Podcast.
My name is Freddie.
My name's Kevin Garcia.
My name is Elia Maria Madrid.
My name is John Avina.
This is Chikume, whenever I can make it.
My Primos Podcast discusses all things fandom and pop culture,
From comic books,
Movies?
To whatever obsession we have this week.
but with a Latine
Malatine.
perspective. Remember, we're all primos.
We're all primes.
Primas.
Primos.
No matter what part of the world we're from.
¿Qué onda, primos, primes, and primas? Welcome to My Primos Podcast, the podcast where we look at pop culture from a Latine perspective. Try to keep that as inclusive. I was just at an event this weekend where Latinx was used a lot, so use whatever you want to use. My name is Kevin Garcia, or as we like to say hi, Kevin. Hi, Kevin. And our fearless leader, Freddie, is currently not with us, but he shall return. However,
Maybe.
that giggle that you
We
just
don't
heard
know.
is our other co-host, Elia Maria. Elia Maria, say hey.
Hey.
Ha ha, I tricked you there. You thought I was going to say hi,
I still
Elia Maria.
follow directions.
You did. All right. And we've been taking a new schedule this year, so we're kind of going every other week. We're seeing how that goes. It's been nice. We did a couple episodes where it was mainly us in the world of D&D, which, by the way, I was just at an event called the Latinx Comics Arts Festival in Modesto, California, and the person who put that on, Dr. Teresa Rojas, told me that she was listening to My Primos Podcast, and she's like, and then suddenly I was in a D&D game, and I was very invested, and I was like, okay, cool, somebody actually listens. It makes us
So y'all
warms
want
the
more.
cockles of the heart. Speaking of warming the heart, we have somebody here who I've been trying to get on the show for a while, and one reason or another we couldn't have him on, but he is here. Roberto Rivera Padro, could you please say hello?
Hello.
Nailed it. Nailed
Roberto,
it.
I've been a fan of your work since I met you, and I believe at that point you had only done one comic, and you told me it was kind of an experiment at the time. Could you tell us a little bit about what you do with comics and art?
I try not to mess them up.
That's a good policy.
You know what? You know what?
What do I do with them?
Well, like in other words, what do you create?
Oh.
What might you be known for?
I started with Carlos the Kaiju Killer, which is the one that you read. So I've done some indie stuff. Carlos and Gold Dragon, which you said you read that one, right?
Yes, I did.
Yes.
Very much so.
And then RX,
Which is the only one I haven't read yet. It's on my list. I have it there.
and I think it was between that. I worked on some Godzilla property stuff, Space Godzilla,
just some Godzilla stuff. All right.
Up and
Mothra?
coming.
Godzilla Rivals, Mothra. I'm pretty sure that there's others that I can't think of right now. Spectre Man.
So, okay, I just want to jump in for a second when you're like, I'm pretty sure there are others. So everybody, just to understand, I met this guy at Mex Americon. I want to say it was right before the pandemic, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, right. It was before that. Yeah.
Well,
and-
I moved here during the pandemic, so you get
Okay,
you
so
and
that was
I
right
met,
after.
like right after, yeah.
Okay, so right after.
Okay.
So it was like I think the first show you'd ever done, and you were set up there, and literally I was like looking at the first issue of Carlos and some of your art. I think you had done a big kaiju monster that was something that you was in the Godzilla universe, I think, and I was like, this guy. I even told you, I was like, you are going to be really big, really fast, and your reaction was, oh, you think so? I mean,
Yeah.
that's nice. And I'm like, but seriously, you were going to get really big.
Yo.
And now you're like, well, I don't know how much I've done. I've just done some amazing stuff,
Godzilla.
which honestly is pretty cool.
Hell yeah. Flex on it. I like it.
Elia, you read a little bit of Carlos the Kaiju Killer first impressions?
Oh my
Hold
God.
nothing back.
I honestly, I'm going to go back and finish them because I'm just getting into like the lore of Carlos's background and just the family. And I'm just like, oh, I love kaiju comics just in general, but the fact that this one meshes in with La Cultura and there's background from that involved in it, I'm like, dude, this is so much fun. I also like visually, I love seeing the way that you illustrate action. It's so
Oh, thank
cool.
you.
Like I don't follow action comics as well because my brain just whatever. But
Mhm.
this one I'm just like, okay, oh whoa, okay. Like especially the ending of the second one, that one, the impact. I was just like, okay, next. Like
Oh, good.
it's just really cool.
Good.
No, I love it. It's great, and your style is really fun to like follow along with this story. It's like welcoming but also serious. So, oh yeah, show it, Kevin. Flex it,
I
Kevin.
have the book.
Look at that.
Do you have
Yeah.
one of those?
Cool covers too.
You just have
I have
one?
the digital ones.
Okay. We should
Yeah.
And I
one of those.
Yeah.
Where are
Yes,
you?
you do.
You're in San Antonio?
I'm in Dallas.
You're in
I'm in
Dallas?
Dallas.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna be in Dallas this weekend.
what?
No way.
At NTX Comic and Card Show.
Oh, okay.
You should come.
I should
Now,
try.
for those of you
Absolutely.
hearing this, that will have already happened. So we expect
Yeah,
you to have
sorry.
preemptively
No worries.
known that it was going to be there and have attended.
I mean,
Now that you're
hopefully,
back,
if
now that
I
you're
don't
back from the
get
card show,
there,
thank you for being here.
yeah, no, for sure. And if you're gonna be at Meximericon, hopefully again this year, hopefully
We'll see if they.
I'll be there. Yeah, we'll see. And if we're there, yo,
I would love
absolutely,
to.
I would love. Yeah,
We have I think there's another one. If you can't make it to that one,
yeah,
oh, these are probably better for whoever's listening because they haven't happened yet.
That's the
yeah. No, pimp out where
Uh,
you're gonna be. Where
August,
can we
I'll
find
be
you?
in Dallas as well. August and
Okay.
October.
for do you know the which events?
They're both NTX shows.
Okay.
Okay.
It's actually a really cool, kind of. I would say they started with doing cards, like card shows,
Oh,
and now
okay.
they're
Like
moving
trade.
into comic book stuff, and they're like it's insane. Like they had like Jim Lee, on like their second show.
Oh
They
my God.
have,
Okay then.
who was it?
That kind of reminds me of Casa, where Casa just immediately started pulling in like Christopher Priest and all these big creators.
Yeah.
So the
Casa in
next,
San Antonio.
I don't know if I can say who's going to be at the next ones, but
Yeah. No worries.
But
were-
cool people will be there.
if you had to choose, I would say, or if I were to suggest, you should go to the October show.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Noted. Noted.
That one's going to be really cool. I found out who the guests were, and
Oh, nice.
Spoiler: one of the guests is Roberto.
oh yeah, I mean,
Yo.
I know Julian's
what-
gonna be there.
Oh, yeah?
Julian Shaw. I think Sam Lutfi.
Yeah, he's always cool.
And there are a couple big boys coming.
Okay,
That's
okay,
awesome.
okay.
Yeah.
That's
Big
cool.
boy room.
Especially
it's
right
funny.
here in
I
Dallas.
I've been doing so many shows right now. It's kind of freaking me out. We did one together a few weeks ago, which was the Mockingbird Lane. It's a first time show, so it's growing pains, but it was a fun
Yeah.
show. It was mostly a horror show, I guess, but it still had comics.
I
And
know
the
it.
following weekend, I was at the Latinx thing in Modesto. I told you about.
Yeah.
This coming weekend, although again to our listeners, what has already passed, I'm going to be at Staple in Austin.
Oh, that's
So
right.
I've just got one show after another. It's been a lot going on actually. I've been this busy in a while. I'm enjoying this.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Leslie's going to that one. He's going to be at Staple. He and I were going to go to we were both going to go, but
When you said Luffy, for some reason my head I heard Leslie. I don't know why. That's what
yeah,
thought you
no,
were
I
talking
didn't say Luffy. I said Leslie, so you heard correctly.
about. Oh, okay.
So he's going to be there. He and I are working on a new indie.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Team ups.
Sweet.
That's why I
cool
mentioned
people teaming up. I love it.
yeah, it's a what would you say? Diesel punk,
Already in my
fantasy,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
like
One more.
it's like a diesel punk retro futuristic fantasy.
There we go.
Whoa.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
See, all words that I like combined together.
Right? I like
I was
that
literally
soup.
telling somebody the other day I want more diesel punk. In fact, it's not, I guess you call it diesel punk. My dream would be to have a Buck Rogers, but in the style of the 1929 Buck Rogers comic, which was like the future as seen by 1929, which is
Yeah.
just
Yes.
it's so trippy. They have this like flapper aesthetic while like they have like bouncing, buildings and stuff. It's great. Anyway, I've been off topic, but enjoying this topic. I want to come back to Carlos for a second.
Okay.
Yes.
Elia touched on this for a second. Eliberia touched on this for a second with the cultura. Tripping over my tongue because I haven't drunk. I had enough water.
Ours are hard.
With the culture. But I really wanted to touch base on that because when it started, I think you were telling me it was just kind of an experiment to have fun, kids, little kid punching kaijus. But by the time you get the second issue on, you see this lore, like she was mentioning, and it's Taino culture and history. First off, you are from Puerto Rico, right?
Mm-hmm. Mostly. Yeah.
So,
from
so
Puerto
why
Rico.
mostly? So why was
Parts.
that so important to you to include Taino history in the story about some young kid that punches giant monsters into space?
When I was younger, we didn't have a whole lot of brown and black folk. I mean, you'd had like Falcon and Luke Cage and
There'd be that odd
Black
white tiger
Panther.
once in a while.
Yeah, and White Tiger. But there and some Latino coded characters on DC side like Lobo.
Yeah.
But there was not like, I don't know, there wasn't someone that was like really representing,
Mhm.
and it was something that really bugged me as a kid, and just at one as an adult, I went back to the idea, and at the time I was working at a bilingual school in Milwaukee
As a teacher.
Yeah.
Wow.
And actually, I think that was when I was working as a para professional. So I was doing special education and
Yeah, my mom taught special education for decades, and her paras were invaluable.
It's a tough job. That's a tough job.
Yep. I know.
So one of the things that I felt was could help kind of like the kids that spoke only Spanish and the kids that spoke only English in those bilingual schools is to make kind of a comic thing. And I had released, I think it was maybe 10 pages, something like that, for my animation, like college school storyboarding thing.
Yeah.
It was like a final project kind of thing. And I ended up finishing it afterwards. And I think I remember, like, at the beginning it was supposed to be completely silent, just sound effects. It was basically treating Carlos like a kaiju. It's just fighting, that's it, that kind of thing.
I want to pause on that for a quick second. For those of you who haven't seen this book yet, Carlos is just this average, I'm going to guess like maybe 20-something, maybe teenager, a kid who is, by the way, 100% a silent protagonist. So this is like Link in a comic book, essentially. Just average looking kid, average clothing. But when you say treated like a kaiju, literally he shows up and just fights 300-foot tall creatures with his fists. So I just want to be very clear, we mean that literally. All right, continue. So you had this kid treated like a kaiju.
So yeah, it wasn't until I think it was the bilingual school that I thought it would make sense to start working in some dialogue. And it made like I had a narrator. I had kind of a narrator, and I thought it would be kind of cool to do like boxing, like where it just sounded like a boxing announcer.
Yeah.
Very different from a narrator. So this, because when you have a narrator, this is non-diegetic. This is very much part of the universe. The people of the city are not just cheering him on, but following blow by blow what's happening.
Yeah.
So, and I thought, a city that has something like that would probably have people moving there specifically because to see one of these fights, or
Just a rubberneck.
right.
Yeah.
Which is why he has fans in the first few issues. There's like, you'll see them, the newscasters like interviewing fans and whatnot.
Yeah.
So you started off with, you know, we have Carlos, we have the monsters, and then we have this idea of the narrator, the
Right.
announcer, and the idea of kind of there's a mixture of Spanish and English.
Right.
Yeah.
At what point did you decide to go all in with the? I hesitate to say mythology. One thing I've always hated is that mythology is a neutral word. Like, it doesn't say something is real or not. Christian mythology is a thing, but when people hear the word mythology, they're like, "Oh, fake things," and it really bothers me. That's why I don't like myths versus facts. Myths are as real as anything else. People believe in them. So, Dino, religion, and culture. What made you want to heavily lean into that here?
So,
Carlos?
you know, it was, I think it was halfway through the book.
But book being the first issue.
The first issue. I was slowing down because I didn't know what else to do. And I thought of a lot of stuff. I mean, like space and, you know, just go really, really far out or whatever. Yeah. And then I was like, well, maybe it's like the Monkey King, so like Eastern. And it kind of dawned on me at one point. I was like, wait, why would I have to do Eastern when I have this whole pantheon of gods that we've been talked to or told stories about, like my entire life when I was in Puerto Rico, right? Like we just knew. So that's when I brought, you can tell at the end of issue 1, because I brought in, like, that I finally knew where I was going. Because I brought in Aguevana.
Yeah.
Right.
And who is this?
He's basically our. And it's really hard to say this easily. He's basically our Hercules. You know, he's a demigod. He was a cacique that was one of the best known caciques, and he was like great to his people and all this stuff. And when he died, this is not in the comic.
We're talking the legend,
the lore.
When he died, someone was there was, you know, baby born that they then were like, yo, this is him reborn. Is what the legend. And he also became a really great cacique. So they kind of
someone will inherit the mantle.
Yeah. So I thought about it as like the Hercules, right? Like the immortal. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So he died and came back and stuff like that.
To use Marvel terms, somebody new who became worthy of the hammer.
Yeah. So I think that was when I knew what I was doing. That's when I knew that I was going to continue with that, because it just happened. It really just happened. Yeah. And I mean, there's a lot that's going to happen in this next arc. That's gonna
spoilers.
Yeah.
But we're talking about the issues in this. By the way, you've recently collected the first several issues as a trade, and also
nice.
I understand this is a real trade. It has even a foreword written by who's this writer? You got that? Kevin Garcia.
Oh,
no,
Lord,
Jerry Garcia.
Jerry Garcia. Sorry, I get that confused all the time. But you have this trade now, and throughout the story, like in the first issue, it's mostly Carlos and punching and people cheering, and then we see the guy show up at the end. But then very quickly, it becomes part of this entire mythology, this entire story. And I think one thing I've not just with you, but with other people I've talked to is that, according to the Spanish, Taino culture was wiped out.
Right.
And it very much is alive. but also very much is remembered. And so I think it's important to have that go beyond the shores of Puerto Rico so other people can also learn. I only recently, for example, learned about Ture the El Taino.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I hadn't heard of this. This is a comic strip that pretty much, I guess, everybody growing up in Puerto Rico for the past 30 years knew this comic.
Yeah, I grew up reading that
Nice.
that strip. He's still alive. The
creator.
The creator's still alive. And hopefully I'll be able to meet him someday. But he's that's something I'm not 100% sure if you can even get Ture in the United States.
Oh, I just learned about it. I imagine I can find copies on Amazon and eBay, but of the trades, the collections. I mean, not the actual comic.
Well, if you do, let me know, because
I immediately after learning it, I started looking up what collections might be available because I was very curious.
Yeah.
It's funny you were saying earlier that you had this idea of making it like Eastern, and then you're like, why not? Why would we have our own culture? Ow! Hit myself in the face. Why would we have our own culture? And I had a similar experience as a kid when I made my first hero when I was like 9 years old. When I eventually got to an origin, it was entirely based in Tibet with Buddhist religion and mythology, and I did a ton of research because I research everything for no reason. And I started getting all these books on Tibetan Buddhism and everything. And then at some point, I just kind of looked at all my notes and my draft of it, and I was like, we have our own religions that are here in Mexico that came from Mexico, including fighting styles and traditions and priests and all these other things.
Yeah.
Why am I using somebody else's culture? So I completely redid it with. I was using Aztec style stories at that time. I never did publish that one. I don't feel like it's ready for the public yet. I need to develop it more because again, it's when I came when I was 9. But I'd like hearing you say that because I had a similar trajectory, I guess. I want to pause for a second and switch over to somebody else who recently had a collection released. Elia Maria. I want to ask you. You're one of our co-hosts, so we don't get to ask you about your stuff enough. But I wanted to ask you about Princesa Taco because, and I don't think Roberto's familiar with your work yet, although he should be.
No worries, yeah.
So, how did you go from doing, or mostly like, I won't say joke-a-day comics, but like usually little individually contained ones to a full story, and what was that learning process like?
Oh man, it was my first experience doing writing that wasn't based off like real life gags or thoughts. It was just a complete new idea. I did have help from my community. I was like, I need ideas, just little bits of things that would be fun and silly. I wanted to keep it lighthearted and everything, but I also wanted to incorporate my culture. And so at the end of the day, I wanted to make sure it was lighthearted, silly, but very reverent to my cultural background. And so the skeleton in itself was like, okay, what's our problem? Let's get there. All right. Is it all better? Great. So literally, it's an all ages thing. It's not too complicated, but it was complicated for me because I'd never done writing like that, where there's a start, middle, end. And it was really cool to just explore that outside of oh, here's a slapstick joke, next, slapstick joke, next. It's I had to actually think.
I mean, if there's a place to put bananas in, you put bananas in.
I do.
I mean, you shouldn't talk down about it. That's
tough.
I'm not. It's no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it Elia Maria?
People need to understand how hard it is, right? That's why I wanted to have the idea of having you two here having this conversation. Is you both went from being artists to storytellers, essentially.
Yeah. It's something I want to explore more. I definitely need more practice, and especially because I have so many ideas up in here. I just need to know how to put them in words versus just pictures as well.
Roberto, sorry, you were saying something and I interrupted you.
Was I?
Yeah, you were saying that it's hard to do the process is hard.
Oh yeah, that's it.
You know what's funny is that Freddie's not here with us, but I can hear him in the ether right now saying, "There's Kevin interrupting people again." All right, cool. All right.
Oh.
I can hear that right now. He's going to listen to this in post, and he's just going to be listening in, and he's going to be like, "There he is."
He's going to put a counter.
Hear me say that and go, "Oh no, he heard me."
Well, anyway. there's a delay I'm noticing right?
It's because of the whole Artemis mission. You're on the moon right now, right, Roberto?
I'm on what? On the moon?
You're on the moon right
Yeah,
now, right? Aren't you?
Yep.
Currently.
I'm living in a crater
Nice.
on the moon.
What's
Rad.
funny is I think Roberto, I think you're not actually very far from where I'm at right now, and I think are you in South Austin?
Oh, I left South Austin.
Oh, where are you now?
The moon? No,
Okay, there you go.
Moon.
I knew it. I knew it.
I'm,
But either way, you're in the Austin area, though, right? Right now.
yeah, I'm
Okay, so
basically just down the street from Austin Books and Comics.
okay, makes that easy, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, I want to jump topics for a quick second and talk about another one of your
Yeah.
books. Because I kept gushing about it when we were at the event, and you're saying that I should be selling it to people. Gold Dragon, one you did with your sibling, right?
And I got to finish that
Oh
one.
yeah.
Yeah, and so I only read the first issue,
Mhm.
and I immediately fell in love with it because it's just detective noir, that kind of stuff, heavy shadows and toughness and everything. But
I need
he's
to read that one
also
next.
very much exactly.
I love noir. I love noir so much.
Same.
And at the same time, it's also very much in the tradition of the luchador movies, where you have a guy who's just always wearing a mask and never takes it off. Which again is, I have to tell people all the time, it's not about hiding your identity; it's about showing who you are.
Yeah.
And then the little icing on the cake there is that it takes place in a location called San Lucha, where it's like, what if Gotham City was about wrestling? And there's just a giant statue of a luchador in the middle of town, and I'm like,
Okay,
this
yeah, I
is
need that
everything
next.
that it needs to be.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if you guys watched the old El Santo films.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
That is El Santo.
100%.
So
Period.
Santa Lucha is actually based off of El Santo, and that's why there's a gigantic ring and the statue.
That's unofficially his
Amazing.
statue up there in town.
Oh yeah, it's KO. It's a KO of El Santo. Unofficial.
Unofficial, yeah, because we, yes. But the point is that I like that it was like, even though I felt like the city was a character in just that one issue alone, just because it had that feel of the noir plus the Santo movies kind of thrown in together, which is something I've always loved. And that's one you did again as part of family, right? So while you've got these other gigs with people like Godzilla and Mothra and things like that, who I understand are very big in the industry. Sorry, you've also been able to maintain this indie tradition, both
Yeah.
stuff that you have yourself and with your family, but also stuff with other small creators. Not too big, I guess. You're keeping it humble.
I mean, I don't know. I started as an indie creator, and I'm still an indie creator. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like the. I think indie is just kind of where stories are.
Yeah.
Where the good ones are. Not knocking the big boys, with Marvel and whatever.
Yeah.
But they have legacies that have been going on forever, and indie people have to write something that not only like captures you right away, basically, because they don't have 20 years of like a story.
Yeah.
But they have to keep you involved in a way that like Marvel and DC don't have to, because they could just have a crappy series and then forget that it even happened the next time,
Yeah.
So,
Which they do often.
Yeah, and there's a lot of great indie books and
Absolutely.
really good indie writers that are doing God's work. That's what.
Yeah. Yeah. There's stories out there that like I would never see in these big names ever, but it's like, man, I'm glad you wrote this. I'm glad you drew this, and yeah, for sure.
It's funny you're talking about like doing God's work and people be creation. An argument I heard recently, I don't remember who said it, was basically like, with all the AI out there that's kind of destroying things, indie is where the true art is, because people are making this blood, sweat, and tears. This is humans showing art, and of course there are those people that are trying to put AI into things, but we're going to put that aside for a second. One thing that I've noticed, you said that you are still indie. you've I guess only been in the comic sphere for a handful of years now. But have you either turned to people that have had more experience to learn from them, or have you conversely had people who just starting out come and ask you things?
Both, actually, which is I still like just constantly I'm any artists that I really like or really admire, like their work, I'll talk to them, especially if I see them at a show. The like I guess I realized very quickly that fanboying out is a little bit, you don't get as much out of them unless you're just talking to them about what they love, which is working on art and whatever.
To be fair, you did give Stan Sakai a drawing.
Oh yeah, dude. And how are you guys on? Yeah, I shit myself too. Just like
yeah. Oh yeah. On My Primus podcast, everybody cusses but me. That's just kind of.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. He had the piece. I gave him the piece, and dude, I was like just heart pounding. But while everybody else is looking, I'm still like the indie people are the ones that are my legends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because Eric Powell.
Oh yeah. With Goon.
The Goon. Mike Allred.
Which has a whole new meaning nowadays, apparently.
Yeah, I know. Mike Allred.
Mike Allred, yeah, of course.
Yeah,
and again, both Eric Powell and especially Mike Allred have done a lot of stuff for the big companies, but they kept coming back to indie because that's where their heart is.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, that's where you can tell stories that nobody else is telling.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Smith is the same way. I think.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like Disney Comics or something, like for a while, and now literally everything this guy comes out with is gold.
Hell yeah.
Really, really
nice
good.
Dude.
Yeah, he's really. Wait, you were talking about? I have not met Jeff Smith. Mike Allred is who I was thinking about.
Oh,
yeah, Jeff Smith was what I said.
I met Jeff Smith once for like 5 seconds, and I was just like trying to act cool.
How'd that go?
I think pretty good. He's just like, okay, cool, thanks, and then walked away.
Mike Allred's the same way. Like, some of these guys are just effortlessly cool, and it's hard to be around them. Like, it's hard to talk to them.
The aura is high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny. Stan Sakai is like
Speaking of aura,
he's like a pond. Like, just he's very gentle in the way that he speaks and walks, and the way he talks. He's just, it's like watching like blooming flowers or like a pond. It's really,
wow.
he's something else. Like, that's why it was really, it's harder for me to talk to someone like that who's like just super kind and like just kind of floats, the type of people I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's harder to talk to those people than to talk to someone.
With a lot of these guys, especially people like Stan, is just that you feel like you're just in an aura of like there is creation.
Yes.
The one time I really fanboyed out, and I've said this before, is when I met Art Adams, and it's like literally my childhood wall was just plastered with his work. So when I saw him at San Diego, his booth, there was nobody there. Next to him was J. Scott Campbell with a booth with a line around the block, and I'm like, why is nobody at your booth? And he's like, I know, I'm wondering the same thing. And I was like,
it's really weird.
But I was just like, because like, man, I mean, Campbell's good, but this is Art Adams,
Yeah.
So that's how I felt.
Yeah.
I have noticed a lot more of the at a lot of the shows when kind of OG heads are like move away from comics and do a little, or not move away entire. They do a lot more pin-up-y type stuff.
Oh yeah.
That's when they get a lot of crowds, which I find ridiculous, because a lot of their stuff, they became the person that they are because of the stuff that they did prior to that, So I find that really odd, and I'm sure Art Adams didn't have
Well, I mean, he has a lot of. He did.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, Art Adams, if you see his current stuff, it's all very pin-up-y.
out.
The kind of stuff that Disney would not publish.
That's so disappointing.
No, but again, when he does it, it's art.
Right.
like he's got like that cave girl standing on top of a dinosaur or something, and a giant ape next to her, and it looks gorgeous. And I'm like, it's just go with it. But like I said, some people are just like, I've been doing this long enough. I'm just going to draw what makes me happy. It's like, all right.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess ladies make him happy.
Yeah.
Ladies and dinosaurs or whatever.
More
Yeah,
ladies.
well, it's like
Yeah.
monsters and space girls and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, moving on. Point is, really good work. I'm getting sidetracked all the time, as I do.
It's what happens when we discuss like what we're inspired by. It's just tangent.
Well,
That's
you
part of the
didn't
creative
discuss it.
process.
Let's hear what you were
Yeah,
inspired by.
what inspires Elia Maria?
No, that's not important. I get inspired by a lot of people. I get inspired by just being surrounded by creatives, indie creatives, storyboard artists, animators. If you're making characters, I'm in awe.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
I'm inspired by your poncho.
I
is
am
a
also
really
inspired
cool
by my
poncho.
poncho.
I 100% need a Sailor Moon poncho.
You do. It's comfy.
I've been really wanting to pick up a poncho. I just don't know where from.
You know what's funny? I picked one up at I'm getting off sidetrack again, as I do. I picked one up at a music festival years ago, and literally, like, when I bought it, everybody's like, "Why did you buy that?" It's like it was like one of those stoner ones, like 100%.
Oh, a
And-
drug
and I was
ride?
just like-
yeah.
Yeah, and I was just like, it's comfy. And everybody's like, you can't wear. Everybody's gonna just assume you have something for them.
I love that for you.
And I was like, and honestly, I've never actually worn it since I sit in my class.
Oh
Really?
my god!
Oh,
now you have to
dude,
wear it to school.
you need to
see what
wear
the kids
it.
think.
I know that's going to be great for the teachers to come in with that.
Yeah.
You're gonna make so many friends.
The most
Oh.
straight edge guy wearing it. I love
Yeah.
that for you.
I swear, I when I used to go to ACL more often, people would just come up to me like, "Hey, you got shrooms?" I'm like, "Do I look like I have some?" They're like, "Yeah, you do."
I have portobellos in my
I did, actually.
lunch
No, I'm
sack. Yeah, it's like
No, any given day I would have portobellos on me. That's actually true.
You
but
would.
still,
I know you would.
I just look like that kind of guy. All right, that's cool. I jokingly say in my high school, my nickname was Stone, and I'm like, yeah, because I was so tough. No, it's because they thought I was stoned all the time. I was just tired. I just didn't sleep.
oh,
You know,
too
but
many
whatever.
ideas all the time.
Yeah, basically that. 100% that, which I think you guys can understand as well. Being up on
Yeah.
with ideas.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Talk about evolving ideas and stuff. Elia Maria was looking at your earlier comic work, right?
Mhm.
And then I've seen some of your more recent stuff that you've been putting together, and you've been like breaking through panels and like going to different angles to get forced perspective on these action shots.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a joy watching your work evolve. And actually, now that I think about it, I also saw you do an entire Rocketeer in like an hour or so in San Antonio the other day.
Sounds
How do you feel like you're developing as an artist because of comics or just coincidentally? Does this?
Um, I feel like it's constant, right? The growth is constant. So you get
Yeah.
you look at Carlos, and then you look at the stuff that even the final issue of Carlos, and you look at the stuff that I'm working on now, and it's different.
Yeah, Golden Argon is an entirely different art style. It's still you. It's still
I
recognizable
can't wait
you.
to see
But
that.
it's a different art style. It's more
yeah.
like if Frank Miller had like a cartoony edge, which you're not. I wouldn't call that cartoony, but like it definitely has that.
Oh, you
heavy
can call it
shadows vibe.
cartoony. That's fine. One of my favorite was it? Someone had called my work violent Disney, and I was like, "That's it. I'm in."
Yo.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's basically what I've been that's the one I've been excited about. Like, I want to make a shirt that just says violent
Violent
Disney.
Disney.
That's a
See,
fun label.
I've
My
been calling you
gosh.
Toon Kirby. I don't know.
Oh, Toon
which
Kirby.
kind of goes the other direction.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You're constantly evolving, I think. And the one thing that I realize has helped me the most, where I'm like, rather than incrementally getting better, it's
Okay, hold on. Time out. All right. We need to pause. Okay, so I'm gonna need to stop. No, here's what I need you to do. I need you to exit and then come back in, because I just got a note saying Roberto has stopped recording. So that is quite positive. Did it not pause? I thought I paused it. All right. Yeah. So you can try refreshing. Yeah, there we go. It's gonna come out.
Okay.
When we come back, we'll probably have to do a little.
Just do a wrap up. Yeah.
Yeah, recovery. Well, I was gonna say wrap up. 42 minutes is a little bit shorter than normal. I'm fine with that. If you are, actually, it's probably about 30 minutes because we talked for a minute. But what I was gonna suggest was, since we were kind of chatting about video games at the beginning, we could do that more formally. At the end,
I have a video game just to like. Yeah, there's only one I've been playing, so
let's do that.
Works for me.
Okay. Okay, back in.
Yippee!
You guys switch sides.
Oh, did we really?
Well, that's the thing. This thing swaps all the time. Like, what's great about this app, hashtag not sponsored, although Riverside should sponsor us, certainly, is that we can edit everything in post. So whichever side anybody's on or who's being zoomed in, our lovely editor who does amazing work putting in sound effects and stuff. I don't know what he just did there, but he probably did something cool. Does some cool stuff.
Oh, that's dope. I need to get a setup like you guys.
I'm going to pause a quick second. So I was telling Elia Maria a second ago that earlier we talked about video games before we get started. I'm thinking maybe we could just have a discussion about what we've been playing or what we'd recommend for people just for a bit, and then we'll kind of close out by telling people how to find us. Is that okay?
I don't want anybody to find me.
Well, online. But hold on a second.
You're on the moon. It'll be hard.
Close my door because Alex is probably going to come home in a second. Hold on.
All right.
Yeah, I can't wait to read your noir one now because I love noir so much.
I'm ready to get back on that. Okay, so I've got issue 6 of Carlos coming out soon.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm like 2 pages away and it'll be out.
Okay, sweet.
And then Gold Dragon is my next. The next one I'm going to continue. RX might wait a little bit because the art style was way far out, like further than what I've done.
Oh dang. Okay.
And it was. I think we got it done in about.
What?
Let's formally have this discussion.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm all just like.
Yeah, we were just talking.
So I just asked you about evolving art and that kind of stuff, and you started saying how it evolves. Let's answer that your art evolves with what you're saying right now about different art styles with your books. So first,
let's talk about how we're getting into Carlos. We're getting a new issue soon. Mm-hmm. Tell us about that, and then the rest of the works that you have coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, we're about.
So basically, what I'm asking you to do is this: we're asking about evolving styles.
Yeah.
So what I'm asking you to do is say how you went from Carlos to Gold Dragon to RX, and what you're excited about coming up, and what you're hesitant about.
Hesitant. I'm excited about all.
You don't have to be hesitant.
But because I made it formal, I made it hard. Because I made it a formal question.
Okay.
But you were just saying a minute ago, but from
Kevin, be quiet.
All right. So we were talking about evolving in your art style. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. So it's other than rather than what I've noticed that allowed me to get better quicker and change. I mean, I feel like I truly have an art style now, which is the hardest thing to do.
Yeah.
But people can. I can change sort of the look of it, sort of
the nuances,
depending on the type of story I'm part of.
Yeah.
But people can still recognize my work. So I'm at that point, and I'm very excited about that. And so I was trying to draw daily, constantly. And I sat in one spot where, I don't know if you've felt this way or if you've ever done this, where you you're reading something and then you kind of unconsciously start drawing or writing in that way. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
All right. So new question, Elia. Start us off with something. 'Cause I
Yes.
think I'm confusing.
Yeah, let's talk about let's talk about what you've got coming up. Tell us about what issues are coming out next,
Nice.
what
Okay.
works are in the work.
Um,
Go.
let's. Carlos issue 6. So that's the beginning of a fingers crossed, new 12 issue arc. So I'm gonna see if I could push it
Nice.
from 5 to
Yo.
12. We'll see.
Okay.
So I've got issue 6 of that coming out. I'm going to be working on was it Gold Dragon issue 2.
Mhm.
Okay.
So that
More
kind
than
of
Summer Chuck.
rounds rounds that out, because that was supposed to be a I love noir, so I kind of wanted to do like one shots with this character.
Like pulp.
Yeah.
So like kind of do that sort of thing. So yeah, I got to do issue 2 for that. RX is a completely different animal.
We
Like,
haven't really talked about RX. What is that, and how is it so different from your other stuff?
I was trying to get as close to what I remembered the futuristic like 70s 80s
Like Logan's Run kind of stuff.
like Blade Runner.
Ah, okay.
You
know.
that kind of, that futuristic.
Yeah. And one of the things in there is that I try to make every building, I mean, I do this in Carlos too, but I try to make every building look like a miniature. Does that make sense? Like when you're looking
Yeah.
at it, it's like they're using a miniature for a large movie.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of
It's like
Okay,
the
yeah.
intricate details that are
Yeah.
that are like
It's like wide
more than
lens.
they should
Yeah.
be there.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to treat it like one of those like old like epic sci-fi films. So
Okay.
the look of it is very different. So I try to be
Is that a challenge as an artist?
I mean, that was definitely the point was to challenge myself, right?
Mm.
To look at it more as a film and less as something that's not that's like a book, like reading, like a book,
Yeah.
still shots. And I think I have like lens flare that I another thing that I tried to do in this one that I didn't, that it was any of that stuff like lens flare or like fog or whatever, it's all hand done. Like I don't use filters, I don't use like tricks, which is totally fine. If I saw something that I liked that like you could do in Photoshop with pressing a key, I always try to figure out how to do that, like
Like just drawing.
manual, manually.
Yeah. Respect.
And
Analog.
yeah, well, because
yeah.
if you can do it that way, I realize that you can then do it in front of people at shows.
Yo.
Which is what I saw you doing with Ruck.
Yeah.
Hey.
So anyways, it'll happen. The next issue that will happen. Because once there's a big story that we wrote 15 years ago. This is like,
damn.
It was 15 years, and then my brother and I rewrote it specifically to fit this, because everything that we had written from 15 years ago is already happening now. So we had to make it a little bit further forward.
Yeah.
Similar problem with the story.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It's weird, the world we live in.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you a question. You were talking earlier about physically doing it. How do you feel about because you've done a lot of digital work with comics? How do you feel about going to traditional and just working ink on paper?
I love it. There's definitely a different style when you're working on paper. You have a completely different style on paper than you have digitally. and um, I was doing a lot of digital stuff, and then whenever I'd go back to my pencils, I always like on paper, I always loved it a lot more. There was more emotion, more movement, more like it was like thicker. You know what I mean? Like
It was visceral.
Yeah.
strong.
Yeah.
It just felt better. And no matter how I tried to recreate that same feeling, it just wasn't there. It was too clean. It was like the look's there, but the heart's not there, So from time to time, I'll still do digital stuff if need be, or I'll do a hybrid even, I'll do hybrid where it's maybe I'll do the sketches digitally because I'm not wasting a whole bunch of paper, and then do the finished stuff traditional.
Yeah.
We're talking about the Rocketeer. You did like a pencil sketch. You did ink. I'm watching these little intricate lines, speed lines, which would drive me nuts. And then you pull out the big guns, Zipatone, and you start cutting it and putting it on there. I'm like, I mean, honestly, that's something people would just do on digital. Like, you did the ink, great, cool. Now do the details there. Nope, you were just putting it. I was like, I think I said when I saw you doing that, I could never do that. And you're like, oh no, you can learn. No, you don't understand. I cannot do small details. It drives me nuts.
It's
so
a
watching
skill.
you do that is like watching art and magic being. Well, it was art, but watching magic being made. You know what I mean? So yeah, there's something visceral at watching it being physically done too. That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's where it seems to me like that's where the industry's going. They're going all the way back, and maybe not with colors, right?
Yeah.
Because color's going to stay digital. It's just easier, People aren't using CMYK. The only time that CMYK works correctly without like the moire and making it look kind of weird and muddy is if you have an offset, like I think it's called offset printing, because they do old school printing.
Yeah.
If trying to do that digitally, it looks bad. It looks like shit.
It's sad beige rainbow.
Yeah. So
yeah.
I think coloring is going to stay digitally, or it's going to stay digital. But I mean, a good deal of artists, including, one of the more famous, Daniel Warren Johnson. The reason why he's become, other than the fact that the titles that he's worked on have become huge, or were huge, and he made them bigger, right?
It's because of the art he's been posting online.
And it's all every page he does is traditional. Like, he's doing the zip tones by hand. He's doing the inks by hand. Like, he uses, washes and paints, and he's awesome. He's really, really good. If you don't know him, you should check out just anything. I would say if you can, either start with Space Mullet, which was one of his first ones, or Murder Falcon, which is really fun.
See, I wasn't familiar with him before his more recent DC stuff, and then I really got to know him because of what he'd been posting online. The art there, it's gorgeous.
Oh, his work is amazing. The GOAT. That guy's
also socially significant because he was one of the first. Because there's a lot of artists lately that have been drawing, fictional characters or real characters, real people. Fighting back against ICE, fighting back against the oppression, fighting back against censorship and banning books, and fighting back against the war. And now it's, it's one thing to say that it's become popular, but more than anything, I think it's important that it's becoming popular, and starting that. And I guess that ties back to what we're saying about Carlos, is putting the soul into it, into the art, makes it
nice.
more art.
Nice. Yeah. How you did that. That was good.
Yeah. Well, on that coming full circle thing, let's talk about where people can find you online, where people can get your books, where people can find this amazing one that has again,
All of
a
it.
very prominent writer and researcher doing doing the intro here, the forward. Apparently, talks very highly of you.
I know.
Must really love your work.
Yeah, I was a big Deadhead back in the day. So
That's Jerry Garcia.
yeah.
So where can people find you online, man?
It's simple. Roberto Rivera Art. This Facebook, Instagram, anything else is the same. It's basically the same.
Yeah.
X was not,
I
but
was gonna say.
I don't use X. I got rid of it.
I
Period.
don't either.
Me too.
So
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
It's funny. I didn't like using it before, and now I feel like I don't have to. So
I know it's fun. It's fun to be able to get rid of those things, right?
Yeah,
It is.
absolutely.
And then
And what about finding your books?
So, when it comes to Carlos, the single issues are, if you found them, you found them. If you don't, they're gone. But the collection you can find on Barnes and Noble .com, and you can get them directly from me at any show, which I would prefer because I can actually see the people that
Yeah.
and get to meet whoever is, you know what I mean? Like,
When you
And
say it
speaking
that
of
way-
which,
Mhm.
oh, go ahead.
No, I was
no, I was
gonna
gonna
say,
say
when he says it that way, it makes me think like the little captchas, like "Are you really a human?" So
Oh,
he's
yeah.
buying it from you. It's like, "Prove you're a human. Point to all of
And then
the
you can have.
Kirby crackle on here." For it.
well, I had somebody tell me that they got the entire series, and but I don't remember them ever ordering it from me. And when I asked about it, they were like, "Oh, I got it all digital." I'm like, "How did you get it all digital?" Because I don't have it out all
Yeah.
digitally, so I don't understand it. And I looked it up, and I guess I must have put them somewhere digitally and never
Oh.
looked. So that was very uncomfortable. I think I might have taken that stuff down, just because,
Yeah. No, definitely.
nothing against digital comics. I think that's fantastic, and at some point I'll be,
Hey, but creators got to get their coin.
yeah. And that's the
creators
thing;
gotta
they
get
keep
their coin.
cutting.
Always go to the artist.
They keep
Yeah.
cutting creators out. All
Yeah.
of them tend to do that, and it's terrible.
Again,
Yeah.
another reason for indie.
Yeah.
Comes around again.
Hmm.
All right,
So-
Elia Medea, you said, speaking of which, and I interrupted.
Yeah.
you.
So
Oh.
that being said, so humans can come by your work. I know you're going to be at an NTX show this weekend, which is going to air after the show. But
in the past,
what are future shows that you have, maybe within the next couple months, that people can catch you at?
Actually, you know what? I've got an amazing person who sets my calendar up.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be.
I need to get me a manager.
Oh yeah. What month are we in?
I don't even know.
We're in April now. Can you believe
Wow. I
Oh,
can. No,
I
I
feel
can't.
such a fool.
that? Yeah, I thought it was still February, but it's fine.
Wait a
Earlier
second.
today, I thought it was 2025.
Oh,
no,
my
yeah,
God.
I think I put 2025 on something. Yeah.
So I'm at NTX this week, or I was at NTX this weekend.
Yeah.
I think I'm doing. What is that? Oh, I'm gonna be doing a signing in Dragon's Lair,
Dragon Lair.
Alamo Ranch.
Okay,
Yeah?
so that's
Yeah.
the one in San Antonio. I think?
That's in San Antonio. Yeah.
Okay.
I will
Several
be
Dragons Lairs.
at Eastern Rim, May 16th.
That's the one.
I will be. You don't know that one?
Mm-mm.
That one's dope, dude. That one's dope. That one's like,
Eastern Rim.
yeah,
Okay, I
it's
needed to know that one.
it's cool. I will be at Corpus Christi, the 5th
Yo.
Corpus Christi Comic Con, 5th, 6th, 7th.
Okay.
Let's see. I think I got some on Flag Day. Independence Day. I've got NTX in August.
Mhm.
NTX, and then in October I'll be at NTX again.
Nice. So you're booked and busy.
That's the one people should go look out for.
Yeah. the
During
NTX
the
shows.
summer I will be at Heroes Con in North
Yeah.
Carolina, South Carolina,
Nice.
North.
I've
North,
heard
right?
things about Heroes Con.
Me
This
too.
will be my second time back.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, congratulations.
Wow.
And waiting for there are others that will continue popping up.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
The risks of being popular.
you know, it's good to have. I've been making
Demand.
friends at these
Yeah.
shows, and I think
Hell
that's
yeah.
I know.
Networking's a big part of it.
I
You're
know.
doing it.
Hard. Networking
Yeah.
is so hard.
It's good to be kind. I think that's
It
the.
is.
Oh,
Period.
I'm still waiting to
You
hear
love-
back, but I'm pretty sure I'll be at Austin, Greater Austin. Yeah,
Greater
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 Austin.
Austin Comic Con. Okay.
Because
Hell yeah.
you've been a guest at Giganticon put on by some of the same people before too.
That was one of my first big show.
Being a guest. Yeah.
Being a guest.
Hell
Everything
yeah.
else I had to pay for it. They were the ones who started it, so I'll be there. I'll be their guest whenever they want me to.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's
You hear that,
more
people?
popping up. There's more
Yeah.
popping up here and there. But a lot of shows tend to, the bigger ones, they'll book you at the very early on.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
That's
then
always helpful.
there are ones that are,
That are like a week notice.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
the week notice for the really small ones, or
Yeah.
fingers crossed I'll be at Casa.
Me
That'd be
too.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I did that one once. It was amazing. It's funny. All the shows I've done recently, like
Mm-hmm.
the three that I was mentioning that are one week after another, all of them I've had on my schedule for almost a year. So
Mhm.
Nice.
it's like it really helps when people reach out in advance so you can put them in
Yeah.
that calendar.
Hmm.
yeah. And other than that, I think there's some signings here and there, but I usually I usually try to
Yeah.
post
That's
stuff I usually try to post stuff which
On
I should
socials and stuff.
probably do that tomorrow.
So people-
yeah.
Yeah,
So
Yeah,
people
no
know where
worries.
I'm gonna
So
be.
y'all heard. Go follow right now, so y'all can keep up with his schedule. All right, get a book in person.
That just seems
Get
like
10
a
books
good
in
idea.
person.
Yeah.
as you should.
Speaking
Speaking of keeping up with people and following, Elia Maria, how do people find you online again?
Go around the corner, past the palm tree. You're going to see a
There's
glass
a sleeping
table.
dog at the end of
Yeah.
the street. Trust
No,
me,
I'm
he's always there. Just go past the sleeping dog.
just give him pets. No, I'm Spice illustrations on everything.
Was it Spice? Are we? I've got to be following you,
Spiced.
right?
Illustrations. If
All
you
right.
aren't, you should.
If you aren't, it's okay.
I'm
And
gonna
if
do
I
it
see
now.
A notification, do it, and I'll follow you back.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it right now.
And what about you, Kevin? Where are you?
Well, I
Are
was
you
gonna
on the
say, wait,
internet?
Before we do,
Are you on the line?
Before we do, I will. I'm glad you asked me that. I want you to ask me in a second. But I want to ask you first what you asked Roberto. Are you going to be anywhere, either events or where people can find your work?
Yeah, I will be at Denison LitCon
Sounds
the
lit.
first weekend of May. I hope it's lit.
Where's that?
I'll be a guest there. That is in Denison, Texas, which is like north of Dallas.
Okay.
I'll be guesting there with David DeGrand. If you
Oh,
know
that's
David.
great.
He's
He's
super
great.
cool.
He's always.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love him. He's such a sweetie. And then I will be at a Mother's Day festival with the Dallas Library, Oaklawn.
Oh, that's sweet.
So that'll be on Mother's Day. So bring your moms. I'll draw pictures of her.
Everybody
Bring
and
your
their mother
moms.
wants to go there.
Exactly. And then after that, I don't think I have a show until like Texas Latino Comic Con, I believe.
Man.
So we'll
In
see.
Houston.
Which
and
is
then
yeah.
Princessa Taco. How do
Yes.
people find that? How do people find a copy of that?
They can go on either my website or my publisher, Comic or Press's website. And right now, I am campaigning for a Ringo Award nomination. You can find the
right.
details on my
Yes.
website.
Oh yeah.
Go pick.
Please go vote. Yeah. Was it spiced what again? Could you say that one again?
Spiced?
Yeah, spiced illustrations.
Illustration. Nice one.
Get
I know, right?
Oh,
it?
you were-
Because it's my name.
Okay. Now
There
you
we
had
go.
asked a very important question a second
Yeah,
ago.
Kevin, are you on the line? Are you on
I-
the LAN?
I am on the landline. Yeah. So yeah, I'm Kevin Garcia _com, which is for some reason confusing to people. Basically, I own KevinGarcia.com, and I think it works now. It wasn't working for a couple years for some reason.
It wasn't.
But it's working now.
Yay.
And unfortunately, they wouldn't let me put KevinGarcia.com on the socials, so I put _. Made sense at the time, and at this point, all of my socials have that pretty much. So Instagram, Blue Sky. Well, actually, Blue Sky is just Kevin Garcia. That's the only one that doesn't. TikTok and YouTube, which I keep swearing up and down I will soon do some YouTube videos.
Don't worry about it.
I just feel like I really want to. I just feel like there's a higher bar because at TikTok they kind of reward you for having bad green screen, and bad editing. It's seen as kitschy, but you do it on YouTube and they're like, oh, skip, so.
Yeah, it's a different crowd.
It's a different crowd.
But what are your events? Where are you going to be? Are you doing anything?
I did a bunch of events already. I've got.
You really did. You had like 5 in a row.
A lot. So crazy. I missed this stuff. I last time I had this many in a row was right before the pandemic, actually.
Yeah.
In fact, I didn't even realize what I was how many I had until suddenly they weren't there anymore, and I was like, oh my god, withdrawal. I definitely have Comic Palooza coming up in May.
That's right.
It looks like I will also be at San Diego Comic-Con doing some panels there as well.
Okay.
July. I haven't finalized my plans for Free Comic Book Day, but I will be somewhere, probably in Austin, on Free Comic Book Day, one of the comic stores here. And also, I am working on a Kickstarter. I've got the artist I've been working with. He's doing a great job. I really want to know. I lost my train of thought for a second. I really trying to figure out what it is that I need to put on the Kickstarter, because I've done it before. I've done it several times, but it's been a couple of years since I did it.
Yeah.
I took a whole year off from comic creating because I had personal stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
But now that I'm back, I really want to dive in. I've been really excited about this project. I haven't formally announced it yet, I guess. Miguel Angel Hernandez is an artist out of Veracruz. Basically, I told him about my idea, and about an hour or so later, he handed me a sketch of my characters, and I was like, "Oh, all right, let's do this." But it's something I'm very excited about, and I want to talk on My Primo's podcast about it. Hopefully, they get me on as a guest.
We'll see if we can fit you in
once it's ready to promote. Yeah.
Hell yeah! As someone who's seen a preview of the art, I'm excited. I can't wait.
His art is so cool.
Yeah.
And I had actually a lot of friends did sketches of the characters, which help inspired me to put it together and say, I need to make this happen.
You got this.
Yeah. All right.
You've done it before. You got this.
We've been talking about where to find us, but the most important thing that you need to find is My Primo's Podcast, which you can find at whatever it is you're listening or watching us on right now.
We're
Spotify
on everything.
And YouTube and probably Apple Music and a bunch of other places. But we are also at myprimospodcast.com as well on the socials as at My Primo's Podcast and at My Primo's Productions, which both function, thankfully, after somebody tried to hack us last year and hold us for ransom, which we pointed out we don't have any money, and they're like, and we got it back. Well, no, I think they were still trying to get money from blood from that stone anyway, but that didn't happen. But we're back, and we have it, and we now have extra socials now, so please follow us there. With that, we need to remember that wherever you are out there, Primos, thank you so much for being here. Remember that wherever you are, whoever you are always a Primo. You are always family. You are always part of us. Thank you so much. And with that, we out.
That was so beautiful, Kevin. Bye!
Entre espinar salta